Hi everyone, this is George. Today I will show you how this rotary evaporator 201D, how it works and how to connect it with this vacuum pump and this cooling chiller. First I will introduce you each part of it, how each part works, and then I will connect to the pump and cooling chiller for you to show you how it works. And first, for each of the evaporator, no matter what size it is, it all have this rotary flask. This is a receiving bottle. This is a condenser. For different size of the evaporator, we have different size of this rotary flask, receiving bottle, and condenser. This is a vacuum. This is this is the speed control. And this is the motor, this is a vacuum meter. And for this rotary flask, you can choose different size. For RE201D, this type, we can use a maximum type rotary flask is 2 liters, but we can use a smaller one. This is a 1 liter one, but we can also have the 500 millimeter, 250 millimeter. Make sure do not use the rotary flask bigger than 2 liters. Otherwise, after you add the material inside this bottle, it might be too heavy and it would break this shaft. It's very easy, to connect this rotary flask. There's one clip. First, for the glass part, we need to use some of the vacuum grease we put inside. Use a small brush to put it inside and this outside of this shaft. Put them together, turn them around to make sure it is well sealed. Then use this little clip, push it down. Okay. This is the receiving bottle. It uses the. If you want to remove it, we first use one small wrench to. There's one holder for it. We should lose it. It is also very easy to remove. It is the same. If you want to connect before you connect to the condenser, use some vacuum grease, and same like the receiving flask, turn it around to make sure it's well sealed. Then use the clip, it will hold it, no problem. For this part, this is a vertical condenser, and on the vertical condenser, this one is the release valve, or we can use it to add more liquid to the rotary flask during the experiment. If you want to use it as an inlet valve to add the liquid material, we need to connect one small pipe with this side. We can also use it to release the negative pressure after the experiment by just open it. The air from outside could get inside, so the pressure from inside and outside will come to a balance. Okay, the motor and the gearbox. This motor is a DC motor, brushless, no spark. And this is the speed control part. First we can turn on. This is a switch to turn it on and turn it off. After we turn it on, we can adjust the speed as we like. If you want it to have much faster speed, turn it this side. If you want to slow down the speed, turn it to this side. During the experiment, make sure you operate it on the front side, not on the back side. It's not a good habit. And each time after the experiment is finished, turn the speed to 0, then switch it off. And next, I will show you how to lift it up. This is a water and oil bath. If the experiment temperature is below or at 100 degrees, we can use water as a heating source. But some of the experiment temperature requirement is much higher. We can add oil, and the temperature can be as much as 399 degrees. It's very easy to roll it up. And we easily to roll it up and roll it down. Okay, here is the control panel for the temperature setting. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. This first press the set button. You can shift, this is the shift, these two are the shift key to set the temperature. You can set it up, you can see the figures going up, going down. Once it comes to the temperature you want, press the set button, it will start to heat. The red one is the current temperature. Okay, because now there's no liquid in the bath, so I cannot keep it on for too long time, otherwise it will break this water oil bath. And one more tips, make sure do not heat it up when there's no liquid inside this bath. Okay, now I will connect this vacuum pump with the condenser. It's very easy. See, here is a tape connected to any of them. It is all right. Connect the vacuum pipe to any of these tape, and then this part. There's one port on this side for the vacuum. Okay, this end of the vacuum pipe we can connect directly to this port in the center. Done. Very easy. Okay, now you can see for this vacuum pump, this vacuum meter here. So we can connect directly to the condenser because we have one vacuum gauge on the pump. But for some vacuum pump, it doesn't have the vacuum gauge. So we can use this one. This is also vacuum gauge. And there are two ports on the back side. We can connect any of them to the vacuum pump and use another vacuum pipe connected to the port on this side of the condenser. Okay. Sometimes this pipe is very tight and you cannot connect it to the port. You can put it in the boiling water for 1 or 2 minutes. It will expand and it would be much easier to connect. Okay, next I will show you how to connect this cooling chiller with the condenser. You can see there are 2 pipes. One is inlet, one is outlet. You can see it on the back side of this cooling chiller. Okay, you can see this is out, this is in. That means the coolant from the cooling chiller will come out from this pipe. And will come in back again after the circulation from this pipe. It goes inside. This now it is empty. For the coolant we can add inside, and there's a compressor under it to cooling it down. After we turn on the circulating pump, the pump will pump out the coolant inside this coolant chiller. It will come out from this pipe, and we connect with the coolant. And the very low temperature coolant will start to circulate inside this coil pipe inside the coolant, and it will then come out from the other port and then goes back inside the coolant chiller, and then the coolant will come back to the circulating pump from this pipe, get inside, then it will start to circulate. This is a whole system. And make sure we have some other type of condenser. This one port is upper side, not both of them at the downstream. If one of them is upper, one of them is lower, make sure the lower one connect with the outlet of the coolant chiller. This is very important. The outlet of the coolant chiller always connect with the lower part of the condenser. Okay, that would be all, I think. Okay, now we have connected the pump and the coolant chiller to the rotary evaporator. It can start work now. And one very important tip, after the experiment finish, do not stop the pump, the vacuum pump. Do not stop it. First, we should release the negative pressure inside the whole system, and then we can stop the vacuum pump. Why? If you stop the vacuum pump first, you know it's still negative pressure inside the whole system, and this is a water pump. It will suck back the water to the condenser. So always make sure release the negative pressure first, then stop the vacuum pump. Okay, that would be all for today. Thanks for watching.